Hello, it is another wonderful time to come across your way through this video on the platform of African Development Network. My name is Ikenna Emmanuel. I'm the international spokesperson of the African Development Network, a network of professionals, a network of artisans, a network of entertainers, a network of political advisors and political office holders. African Development Network is committed to working with you as a person and making sure that your dream concerning the continent of Africa comes to fruition. Our idea is to make sure that we look at potentials, we look at persons who are doing very wonderful things all over the continent, whether you're living in Africa or outside Africa, to make sure that we work together to see the dream of a glorious continent come to realization. We believe that for over 56, 57 years now, several nations on the continent of Africa have actually gone moribund, as it were. And we have a lot of potentials, people who are gifted, people who are looking for expressions, opportunities to express their gifts, their talents, and opportunities to create a platform for leadership development to make sure that the continent comes out alive again. So wherever you are, whether you're from East Africa, West Africa, North Africa, and South Africa, we need to work with you. We believe in you. We believe that your vision can actually change your country, change your community, change your state, change your county, and all together, working together, we're going to change our continent. Africa has actually gone through a lot of trash, a lot of challenges. We have a lot of people who occupy leadership positions who are not supposed to be. And we have a lot of people who have exploited the large and big and expansive resources, human and material resources that nature, God, and opportunities have actually made available to us. We have a lot of people who have portrayed the African continent in a bad light. Just like my country, Nigeria, has been portrayed in a bad light because of some unscrupulous elements who occupy those positions. But I believe that as we work together under the auspices of African Development Network, we are going to make our continent proud. For now, African Development Network is sponsored by our system, the iGold Africa. iGold is an initiative for good governance, leadership, and economic development. And also the Leeds Trade House Company Limited, that is committed to the financial sponsorship of everything that we do. And also we have the Faith House Leadership Center that is committed to the value orientation, reorientation, and value installations of anyone that comes across our path. And in the last video that I did earlier today, for those of you who have not been able to access the video, you can also click and check on our YouTube channel. And for those of you who are meeting us for the first time, you need to get other videos. It has been quite inspiring and quite innovating. Please make sure you click on the share button, share to your friends, click on the like buttons, and so that once there is notification of a new video, will pop you up, and then you get yourself inspired and connect with us. Please look at the website and the WhatsApp groups, use them and connect with us. I started a series that I called 20 Reasons Why the African Continent has refused to develop faster, and 20 things Africans must do for us to make sure that Africa develops faster. You find African countries, we find Africa as a continent slowing down at a snail's speed. Is there anything like lower than snail? And that's the movement. Development is very weak. We find our hospitals not performing. We find our educational systems not performing. We find our entertainment systems not performing. We find our economic systems not performing. We find our political structures collapsing. We find corruption at all levels. We were wondering, and in African Development Network, a team of professionals were like looking at several factors that have limited the success, the economic success, the socio-political success. Why is that Africa is not developing? Why is that we have so much intelligent persons, yet we are not developing? Why is it that with so much resources at our disposal, yet we are not developing? Why is it that with so much giftings, with so much things that nature, life, God has given to us, yet we are not developing? And the first thing that I was able to do in the last video, which you need to get immediately, has to do with the over-dependency syndrome. The over-dependency syndrome. The over-dependency syndrome. Please get that video. It was awesome. It was inspiring. It was innovating and all that. And today, I want to talk about the number 2 reason why African continent is finding it difficult to develop faster, and what we can do in order for us to develop faster. Number 2 has to do with the preference of religion to innovation. The preference of religion to innovation. Please don't misunderstand me. This is a very sensitive topic that I needed to deal with now. The issue of religion. We have a lot of religious people, millions of people who go to churches every Sunday, go to churches every week upon week, praying and shouting. We have millions of people who are Muslims anywhere all over the continent of Africa. Most of the religious, one of the reasons why Africa is stagnated where we are today is because of religious intolerance, the issue of religious challenges, and this has actually enshrined itself in the fabrics of an average African, and it has affected the development of Africa negatively. There is nothing wrong with being religious. There's nothing wrong with attaching yourself or identifying yourself as a Muslim, identifying yourself as a Christian, or identifying yourself as a Hinduist, identifying yourself as a communist, or somebody involved in communism. It doesn't matter, or traditionalist. It doesn't matter the kind of religion that you have decided on your own to attach yourself with. But I am talking about a different concept, that our religion, we have different countries like America, we have people from America, people from Dubai. Let me just cite, for example, Dubai, United Arab Emirates, is a country flooded and mostly dominated by Muslims. But we find that particular country has become, from a desert, transformed into an entertainment hub, a tourist center, a scientific center where medicine, where education, where science and technology, where socioeconomic recoveries are at the rate of the speed of light. So why can't we experience such in Nigeria? Let's take, for instance, my country, Nigeria. You find places like Kaduna, Kano, Adamawa, places like Maiduguri, that is densely populated by Muslims, and yet that place is like a shithole. That place is like a mess. It's a place uninhabitable. Investors find it difficult to come to those places. We'll find places like Bayelsa in the southern part of Nigeria, where people are finding it difficult, like Rivers State, finding it difficult to come and invest, because we have a lot of people that are Christians in that place. The militancy and all the rest of them have affected the development of that place. We are asking a question: what is wrong with our own portion, with our own concept, with our own religious philosophy and ideology? Why is it that religion has become the reason why the African continent is not developing fast as we ought to be? And we looked at the issue has to do with the preference. Underline this word: the preference of religion to scientific innovation. Once a particular person, once you, when I talk about Africa, and I'm talking about you and I, once we begin to prefer our long time of prayers, our long time of noise making, once we begin to give attention to so much indebtedness to our quote-unquote religious inclinations, religious obligations, religious rhetorics, religious repetitions, once we prefer it to innovation, scientific innovation, you find that such kind of person cannot develop in this 22nd century. I call it 22nd century because things have gone ahead in the speed, at the speed of light when it has to do with innovation. I've done a comparative analysis of different countries like United Kingdom, the United States, like Germany, like France, like Spain, like United Arab Emirates, and all the rest of them. We'll find out that we have religious institutions in that place. We have Muslims in those places. We have those who worship animals. We have those who are Christians in those nations. Yet they are developing at a speed of light. whenever you prefer religion, whenever you prefer religion to spend religious activities, to spending time in studying and getting trained in cloud computing, when we prefer our prayers and shouting to getting ourselves trained in the area of artificial intelligence, when we prefer giving attention to our shoutings and our all-night vigils than engaging our members in the issue of artificial reasoning, in the issue of people management, and in the issue of Lux designs and contemporary innovations and all the rest of them, we'll find that people find it difficult to develop. Whenever we prefer taking our people to retreats, and in those retreats we just pray, we just dance, we just jump up and down without engaging our young people in innovations like mobile application development, video production, sales leadership, translation, audio production, and each of these things that has the capacity to develop or bring out the untapped potentials. When we prefer engaging our people only on issues of prayers, issues of fasting. I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with fasting. Currently, I am fasting, but our fasting should also complement the issue of software development, software testing, the issue of customer service systems, competitive strategies, the issue of industrial design, the issue of data science, and the issue of computer graphics. If we begin to combine our religion with these aforementioned computer graphics, data science, the issue of software engineering, the issue of industrial design, the issue of competitive strategies, the issue of sales leadership, the issue of video production, if we begin to engage our people in understanding the principles of animation, social media marketing, business analysis, if we begin to do that, we begin to put a kind of balance between our religious inclinations, between our religious drive and science, innovation, and all whatnot, we discover that our continent, we will discover that our nations will not just be a place, a safe haven. It's going to be a place where a lot of persons will want to invest their resources, human and material, into. This is why people find it difficult, because they see a lot of programs that we do in our churches with all over the world. They see heavy crowd, 2 million people gather, 500,000 people gather, 200,000 people gather, 50,000 people gather, and yet we shout, we make noise, and we walk out of the place without contributing anything to our society. So it's important for you and I as Africans. It's important for you and I as religious people, as church people, whether you're a Muslim, whether you're a Christian, it doesn't matter what you're worshiping, for us to begin to balance our religion with scientific innovation. Once you give attention to that, you begin to grow. I begin to grow. All of us begin to grow. And before you know it, the overdependency syndrome that I dealt with the other time will be dealt with accordingly. All right, I am done with this broadcast for today. Wait for the third one. I know that you're going to connect with us anywhere you are. Please make sure you share this video with your friends, with your government officials, with your pastors, with your imam, or your head of your shrine, or whosoever that is under your leadership, and make sure that we work together to make sure that the African continent becomes a worldwide place to live. This is brought to you by African Development Network. Please partner with us. Let's share your dreams. Let's share in your success. Let's know how we can help you. Let's know how we can support you to make sure your dream comes to realization. Till I see you next time, please click on the like buttons and share to everyone around you, and get notifications when the next video comes. I remain your friend, Ikenna Emmanuel, the international spokesperson of the African Development Network. Please make sure you click on the WhatsApp group and get our contact. Thank you, and do have a nice day.